game number 2 coming at you here. Too Much Sugar versus Lion Esports Club. Of course, Lion Esports Club looking damn good in that first game. And, you know, obviously a lot of people, bringing up this whole idea of no longer playing with Keizu and with that whole situation. Honestly, I mean, that game, I think if anything, it's more just the role changing. That's definitely it's a big issue here for tmsR. They're playing different roles than they're not used to. But on top of all of that, Lion Esports Club is just damn strong right now. I mean, they're looking damn good. They looked great there in that first game, and this is it's going to be a tough challenge. You knew it's going to be a tough challenge coming in for sure, as always against a team like Lion Esports Club, and that game one definitely showed that. I think it's safe to say. So here we are moving on into game number 2. With that said, we're already a couple picks in, so let's take a quick look at the bands and how that started. As always, Warbeast Sandwraith coming out for Lions, Ophelia Keeper of the Forest coming out for Too Much Sugar. Engineer's going to be that first pick. Hack of the Response, Pestilence into Bubbles, Moon Queen coming out into the Tempest pickup. So they get the Moon Queen over here on Lion Esports Club. It is that time to go more of that traditional hard carry. This game here, instead of the Pollywog Priest, the different style of carry. So, but they got the Pestilence once again against Super KG. He's been playing a lot of Pestilence recently. He really likes this hero. It's not that hook style hero necessarily, but it could definitely has potential to be a lot of fun to watch, a lot of fun to play. And again, he's been playing it very well, to say the least, when it comes down to it. So, going to be playing that once again. As far as tmsR is concerned, they go the Hag of the Bubbles, the Tempest. So they definitely have a strong makeup in the works. And now into the bands we go. So you see Ravener, Andromeda, Dampier coming out. Curious about the Dampier band. I mean, Dampier, again, it's usually you do not want to. Ideally, don't want to have a jungler if you're going to be running that Dampier to have him be able to clean up. Not to say it's not possible by any means, but perhaps tmsR has been doing that recently. Again, I trust that Hanskin and Lion Esports Club, they know what they're doing with their bans when it comes down to it. I'd just be curious to hear the exact reasoning behind that. But the Ravener, the Dampier, the Andromeda, Grinix coming out from tmsR. Again, Grinix is just a new go-to hero of showing us some fans. Scout is still on the board, actually, with that said, and would not be surprised to see that possibly come out as far as an option goes. So we'll see with these last couple of bans here. I doubt it's going to be banned by Lions. If anything, it would have to be banned, of course. It would have to be banned by Too Much Sugar. So we'll see. Kraken is the final ban coming out for Lion Esports Club. And now over to tmsR. It is going to be Scout. So yeah, they take away a couple of Jonas fan heroes, to say the least, with that with those couple final bans there with the Grinix and the Scout, of course. So into the next tier of picks now. Lion Esports Club going to be thinking about where they want to go here. They got the NG Pesty from mid. They got a Moon Queen pickup. Parasite's still on the board. Hanskin not usually known for playing the Parasite in the end, more of that Ophelia Tempest Keeper even. Parasite usually don't see him playing that. Not that he can't, and definitely could work here, but usually not more of their traditional. They would probably rather go more of that 2-2-1 setup, if anything. So we'll see where they go from here. But if that is going to be the case, that babysit for Moon Queen Succubus going to be coming out here. Talk about another fun, different kind of suicide hero. I think that's very likely could possibly be in the hands of Jonas Fan here with that final pickup. And they're right-clicking the Witch Slayer, so they could possibly even go the Witch Slayer themselves to maybe babysit that Moon Queen and go for that 2-2-1 setup. So we'll see what they end up going with here. As far as Too Much Sugar is concerned, their final pick, not their final pick, their second final pick, excuse me, going to be coming out. Torturer going to be the pick of choice for them. So they got their support option to go here. Hag, Bubble, Solos. You got your Tempest Jungle, Torture. Ideally something that mid hero presence, perhaps something like a Pebbles here. The final pick wouldn't be out of the question, but Lion Esports Club again. I'm leaning more towards that Succubus Suicide here in the end, rather than a support Succubus. So probably going to be seeing a more support option here with that final pick, whether that's Pyromancer, Witch Slayer, Aluna, Glacius, a lot of options really. So on the board when it comes to support options. So they definitely have the plethora to choose from, to say the least. Ooh, Valkyrie. Now that would be interesting actually. If they do go Valkyrie, then that's another. Okay, they're going to go Valkyrie. Yeah, Jonas and Fan going to end up playing the Valkyrie instead. So it is going to be a support Succubus. when it's all said and done. They're probably going to be a trial lane setup, actually. That wouldn't be out of the question either now, to even go some kind of trial lane. But I would think, more of the Succubus to babysit the Moon Queen there. You got Enchi Pesty mid, the Valkyrie in that long lane for Suicide, but we'll see what it ends up being. The final pick for tmsR. Got a lot of AoE synergy to work with already. Just need that final pick for mid. Shout out to Insania Valk. Nice. That is a thing. That is true. So final pick for them. They got plenty of time to decide here. 45 seconds really and counting. And they're going to make it pretty quickly, though. Pebbles is the final pick, so they do go the Pebbles route in the end. And their lanes are good to go now, but, Lineage skill. Right now they have Jonas Fan playing the Succubus. Something tells me, yeah, they're going to swap it around. So they were really just keeping tmsR guessing there in terms of what they would possibly see. I mean, something tells me it's pretty obvious. I mean, let's be honest. Hanskin playing the Valkyrie over Jonas Fan, probably not something you would expect. So it is going to be Valkyrie being played by Jonas Fan here in that Suicide. You got Succubus for the babysit. Moon Queen most likely. You got your Pesty Enchi lane. Things definitely shaping up pretty nice. But so they are for tmsR as well. Definitely the laning phase. Going to be fun to watch here between these two teams and see how that plays out. As here we are in game number 2. Switching the interface real quickly as always. That is right? Yeah, this should be good to go. All right, so about to pause to come out here. Again, though, to reiterate, guys, this is obviously game 2 of this series. The other series, State Green versus Denali Esports, once again was postponed to later on, ideally later on this week. State Green still in travels and whatnot, so that situation there of that matchup obviously not going to be happening today. So it'll be this match, and then we'll be done for today as far as coverage goes. But hopefully, for the sake of watching and whatnot, it definitely turns out to be a great one here. Again, about the whole tmsR situation too. Insania currently playing in place of as their new 5th for now. Again, I don't know, unlike Architecture situation, who was playing yesterday for them, I was told that, he was more just a ringer, but I don't know about Insania. I don't know if he is actually a kind of a trial for the team. Like I said, for him, his situation is a little different because with him doing this, he hasn't been playing for IG, and he's not eligible to play for IG now, or any other team for that matter, in cycle number 8 at least. So, I mean, he's stuck with tmsR. Not that's a bad thing, but he's playing with tmsR for cycle number 8, and clearly going to be that way going into the next weekend as well at this point. So, maybe this is that insight. I know a lot of people, brought up the name Riser, of course, when thinking of them needing a jungler, but Insania, a jungler player himself, it's just, with him being the captain of Internet Gangsters, I guess it's not one that was on the forefront of my mind, at least, and I'm sure a lot of other people, but could be possibly something in the brewing in the works. But Lion Esports Club doing what they love to do. They're kind of going a unique route here into the Hellborn jungle. Going to see if they can catch anybody off guard from too much sugar. You got Tempest, he's up. He's going to see them and eventually run away. So he'll be fine. Doesn't look like any pick's going to be coming as a result of this. And instead, Succubus will go ahead and get that Rev 4 down, blocking this camp over here. You got a Rev 4 to block this camp right here. So 2 of those camps going to be blocked, making it a little bit difficult for Insania. He does have the upgraded courier, buys a couple Rev 4s himself, so we'll see if he's able to counter these or not. Something tells me he should be able to right here. So you see he's going to wait a little bit right here for the courier to help scout things out, but this one shouldn't be too difficult to counter. Oh, he's going to go back in this direction. Going to go for this one first, it looks like. But I'm going to place it over here, actually. No, he plays it right there. Okay, so that's good. Yeah, he will see this one. Going to be able to take care of that one. It's a matter of will he get this one in time before that 30-second mark especially. So keeping an eye on that. Look at what tmsR is doing, though. They got Pebbles Torturer lining up in the short lane to match against the Valkyrie, and that means Bubbles. Of course, he's going to be in that solo matchup against the Pesty Engineer. So both a mix of maybe not feeling as confident in that middle matchup, understandably, against the Pesty Engineer, but also they just want to make sure that they have a good time on Pebbles. And this should secure that definitely at the top side. And Bubbles, he's, of course, a master at staying alive with that shell serving the take cover. So seems like this could definitely work out for tmsR as they plan to have it work out. Look at these water sites, by the way, on top of one another now. The one that was placed first was actually, which one was placed first? I can't even, click on the other one. Okay, there you go. Yeah, it was definitely tmsR's Ward of Sight was placed first. So they should have seen Lion Esports Club place that Ward of Sight. It's just a matter if they want to actually counter it or not, is what it comes down to. He still has the second. No, he used the other Rev Ward. Where did he? Oh, where did the other Rev Ward go? Am I missing that? These are Ward of Sights down here. The Rev Ward, there's Rev Ward down here, I guess. No, but that's Slicks' placement. I'm missing something. Maybe that's down there. I don't know. Bubbles, where the hell did Bubbles go? Bubbles, oh my god, he's almost dead. Bubbles actually still something away right here. Engineer's going to be chasing. Moonbeam is in some trouble. He turns around for an auto attack. He dodges the kicks over to take cover. But holy crap, he's in a lot of trouble right here. Valkyrie leaps in. The shell surf. And Moonbeam is going to make the escape. Oh my god, that got so close right there to death. I thought for sure that turning around to auto attack was going to make the biggest difference in terms of his death. But no, he manages to make the escape right there. And he does survive in the end. Very good getaway. Now, in the meantime, though, I mean, Pestilence is going to have absolutely free farm. Okay, he gets himself killed by the neutrals. I'm fairly certain that was on purpose. I mean, he didn't necessarily spend gold, but, you know, want to get back. It's still very early on in the game. He's going to TP back to mid now and get their SAP. So, yeah, he just wanted a quick way to get that regen and get back to the middle lane. But, you know, good getaway once again in the meantime in the first place, so preventing the Bloodlust kill from happening. Moon Queen having the free farm in the bottom lane, and that's probably showing here. Fuzi 14-9 right now. On the other hand, Wretched Hag, she's kind of just sitting back, playing very safe here because not a lane she's going to have a good time in. So Slicks playing that Suicide Hag in this case. Only one creep kill, still level 1 on top of that. The Moon Queen Succubus proving to be too much pressure. Again, understandably, Succubus is a deadly babysit hero to go up against, so. You see top side, Torturer. And they box out Valkyrie, so speaking of that situation, Valkyrie also not having the best of time here. When it comes to his start, still level 1, as Torturer great at boxing out. You know, hear it a lot that Torturer is arguably one of the best babysit heroes that's at least used in terms of boxing out opponents. And kind of showing why right there with that impalement and the auto attacks to pressure them out. So, well played, well played. Bubbles taking some back and forth from Engineer, but Engineer's not too concerned himself. Torturer again, he really is giving the pressure on Valkyrie, man. Valkyrie wants to go for maybe a turn kill, but still only be level. It doesn't have an arrow. He just really has a leap. No counter kill potential really there. Haxer in his farm though must be pretty damn good. Yeah, 25 and 15 here. So Haxer on the Pebbles. Fantastic start for him. As expected, lane control definitely working. Wretched Hag's able to hit level 2, but actually taking some good pressure right there. That Moonbeam. Level 3 Moonbeam, but took a good chunk of his life right there. So Wretched Hag's forced to use the health potion, and Moonquin's going to start knocking on the door now a little bit. Succubus all running with a flank, though. She has a haste rune. She's got that Mesmerize ready to go. Heartache as well, of course. There's the Mesmerize. They're going to try to do enough burst damage right here. Will it be enough is a question. She does get the blink off, and she is going to be fine. So, well, just playing some very aggressive play right there to harass. I don't know if they were actually planning to get a kill necessarily, but they do get in a pushback. And in the end, Moon Queen goes back to farm in the meantime. So 325 gold per minute. For her, you got Super KG at 311 gold per minute, but these GPM charts definitely fun to look at. Both teams have their stars in those two heroes, and then you got the 3 heroes on the other side besides that aren't doing too well on the other hand. So speaking of that, a lot of people liking to die to neutral creeps apparently. I don't know if that one was on purpose, to be honest. I think she kind of leapt into that, or was that? I mean, what? I don't know. Didn't catch that. But anyways, still no Bloodlust kill, because, again, those are both neutral deaths right there, so. Bottom lane, Heartache coming out, Moonbeam coming out, Wretched Hag taking some good pressure. Bobbles is here, but not much else he can do. Moon Queen still chasing one more second on the Moonbeam. There we go, the auto attack. Yes, it is going to be the Bloodlust kill. And now Bubbles is here. Oh, the Mesmerize comes out, though. He could not shell surf. Now, Moon Queen doesn't have enough mana just yet for the Moonbeam. She definitely won't. So that's the big saving grace right here. Can Moon Meander make the escape? He take care of his auto attacks. A couple more should do it in, though. He has another shell surf coming up in 1 second. The shell surf not in time, though. He eventually falls. And it ends up being 2 kills for Lion Esports Club. 1 for Fuzi and 1 for Hanskin right there. Very well played. 6 minutes in. And now Moon Queen now at 406 gold per minute. Again, though, Pebbles, he is having his own free farm at the top side. Basically staying on par with Moon Queen with his farm. But Moon Queen always dangerous to see. Really, really, really up there. Ring of Sorcery going to be finished by Tempest in the meantime. And now top tower is going to be aggressively pushed in. That is going to be a tower kill here for tmsR. So as a team, I mean, overall gold lead, it's pretty close here between these two sides. It's the 1,400 experience lead in favor of tmsR. They're going to keep it going at the top side, but as you can see, Lion Esports Club, they're going to send at least Sealkid in, and more reinforcements coming. Valkyrie managing to hit level 2, so he has his Javelin of Light now, as I just simply like to say, the arrow, ready to go. But tmsR not going to hang around long enough for this to be an issue, so he's going to fall back, and that'll be the end of that. Tempest is level 6, has an ultimate good to go. They're going to run back in right here. That's just an illusion, though. Need to be sure not to get baited by that too much. Impalement was activated, but not much else, so good job right there, being patient enough. Pestilence, he's level 6. He's going at it with Bubbles once again. And Pestilence farm has also been very good, 335 gold per minute. Tempest is about 300 GPM here in Sania. Been doing solid on his part. Pebbles 425. That porta key's just around the corner now. 1825 gold saved up. He only has a steam boot, so not going any other build-up, either power supply or whatever else, bottle even. Just going to be going straight into the portal key next here instead, so we'll see a couple more creep kills, and they'll be having that. They're going to need that. They're going to need that to really be an issue or be something here. Haxerin, you know, and again, we usually see him playing more like Hero, but he's transitioning into more of this ganking style of role here for tmsR. And so once he gets this portal key, it's going to keep an eye on how aggressive he starts to become for his team, if that. So he's passing over his portal key. He's not going to go to the side shop though just yet. He wants to farm up this creep wave next. Valkyrie's sitting here with an Invis though. They got Engineer also nearby. Not necessarily the most kill potential between the two at this point. So I don't think it's going to be a kill really unless they get more numbers. It doesn't look like that's happening though. So Valkyrie just simply scouting things out, leeching some experience in the meantime. Until it's about 20 seconds on the Invis. He needs to be careful though himself because actually Tempest and Torture happen to be nearby. There we go. Pebbles, he gets portal key, but this is also going to get the information. So yeah, Valkyrie is sitting right on top of Pebbles. They know that he has the portal key now. So there's not going to be any surprise factor coming out from Lion Esports Club. That's some good information for them. Or from tmsR for that matter, but good information for Lion Esports Club. You get the point. So good for them there. Moon Queen, she's got the Helm of the Victim. Make that a Whispering Helm? Yes, make it a Whispering Helm. Goes to the side shop there, purchases that, and Fuzi's farm just continuing to go up and up. 416 gold per minute now. Pestilence, his own portal key, still a little bit off. He went the bottle first. On top of the Steam Boost top lane. They do jump right there. Engineer does good job at the portal key, so even with them knowing, Sealkid does still manage to get jumped right there, and in the end it is a kill for Pebbles. He's actually going to go back to base right here, and he does buy a full power supply, so that's a little unfortunate. I mean, again, you would think that they knew that he had that portal key right there, so I obviously didn't catch the very beginning of that. It happened so quickly, but the positioning from Lion Esports Club, you just really want to make sure that you're not in that position to get jumped, but clearly he was. Clearly was, and unfortunately did get killed. So, but you know, well played by Haxerin right there. Definitely needed for tmsR. Bottom lane, we have some action as well. Succubus put in the hold on, or the sleep on a Bubbles. Doesn't have his hold just yet. Going to be countered effect by Pebbles, and that'll be killed by the Moon Finale coming out from Fuzi. Unfortunately, no kill, so it bounced once. Pebbles does survive. Pestilence down in a lot of trouble. He does have the Impale. Going to use it right there. He's going to hold his ground, maybe go for a counter kill. It's just not going to happen, though. Too much sugar. Double tap for Haxerin. And that ends up working out beautifully for them when it's all said and done. Yeah, the Moon Finale, it looked like it might have been killing Pebbles, but the last bounce actually went over to Bubbles right there. And so Pebbles managed to live, and obviously he was a big part in terms of what happened there at the end of that fight. So well played, coming out by him. 2,000 gold saved up, 2,000 experience here in favor of tmsR now. So Moon Queen, even though she didn't get a kill, though, she is still alive, and Still farming away, 410 gold per minute plus. That does slow down the Pestilence portal key, which is big for too much sugar. And again, you look at Pebbles once again, 452 GPM now. He's porting bottom. He ported to the secondary tower too, just in case. But he might have a free kill on a Valkyrie right here. He gets that combo off. That definitely should be a kill. So no Mystic Vestments or anything. And there's the jump. There's the combo. And there's the kill. Yeah, Jonas Fan. 0 time to react right there. Good. So to answer the question of whether or not Haxford on Pebbles is going to be able to really be active enough here and pick it up for his team, yes. Yes, he is. 4-0-0 since he's gotten the portal key. So he's definitely done a lot of work. You see the transition here as well. Slicks is down at the top side, so they're really trying to get him to recover here and farm. Jonas Fan, I mean, they're doing the same thing on Lion Esports Club side, but obviously that kill right there on Valkyrie, and that'll slow him down once again. Succubus getting that level 6 mark is important. Have that Succubus hold to assist in kills and whatnot, but for now he's just going to sit at the bottom lane, leeching experience, probably trying to get that level 6 mark. And eventually work off of that. Moon Queen, though, continuing to go away in the jungle. Go ahead in the jungle, even. Ancients, triple stack Ancients in the meantime. On the Legion's side, you see Pestilence and Valkyrie going to head over there. And Pestilence actually going to lead the way to perhaps doing them. Maybe save it from Moon Queen, who's not coming over, actually. Moon Queen's still continuing to go into the jungle. So, nope, just going to wait a little bit longer here. Now they're going to go for it. There we go. Or maybe just damage them, not necessarily go for a kill. Probably just softening them up for Moon Queen, if anything. Yeah, that's probably what they're going to be doing here. So Moon Queen, she does hit level 11 in the meantime. They got some decent stacking going on. Bubbles, 180 gold per minute. You choose recovering, just like really everyone else in this game. Outside of the top two on either side. Tempest, another 1,900 gold saved up for Insania, actually. He is known for going the very quick portal key on Tempest a lot of the time. And it looks like this could be another game for that. The way he's pulling up this gold here. And to finish off the Skeleton King, so we'll have an answer here shortly. If that's what he actually is going for or not. Here we go back to the Ancients. They are kind of picking them off individually. Moon Queen is not going to be coming in the end, so they're just going to kind of do them as a team here. As Moon Queen's going to push the bottom lane. Torture running in. Uh-oh, Torture, he wards up the Ancient, but he runs right into the Legion team. And Torture is going to eventually fall right there. Arrow to the face. Kickstun comes out. Meanwhile, jump in from Bubbles. Pebbles to follow it up. Super KG going to be locked down. The combo. Oh, he gets the Impulsion off. He does get locked down, though. But the Skeleton King also assisting. The Succubus holding on Pebbles. It's going to be a big counter kill if they can get it. And they can. Moonbeam comes out. And now Moon Queen's going to come in to finish off the rest of the Ancients in the meantime. So, Lion Esports Club definitely having the better of that exchange. On top of that, Haxer and Streak was stopped right there. So that's a bonus. 452 gold for Fuzi, who actually got that kill. So, yeah, that actually was looking like it had something going for tmsR, but the end result was most certainly in favor of Lion Esports Club. So the overall golden experience lead is definitely in the works of tmsR, but the Moon Queen factor is definitely something that that stands strong here in the long run. So and you did see Engineer is going to kind of, I was going to say, they probably saw him. They expected it at least. That Torch was probably trying to get that ward of sight down, and sure enough, he did. So good counter warding coming out from Lion Esports Club. The quick portal key was picked up by Tempest. We'll see if that proves to be the best choice or not. They do have a way to stop the Succubus hold can stop the Tempest ultimate through a Shrunken Head, of course, so that's the only way that they have outside of a Skeleton King from a Whispering Helm, which he actually does have control of, if you see over here. So, but yeah, definitely prioritizing that portal key, but we'll see if any opportunity really comes up in the near future. Obviously, he wasn't able to be involved in that last fight. He's going to kind of hide down here with the minions and farm it out while waiting for a chance, perhaps, but not going to find that. And as a team, Lion Esports Club making the way over. Pestilence still doesn't have that portal yet. Okay, it looks like it's being delivered now, but that got delayed a couple times here for Super KG, but that is going to be coming up now. And we'll see if we can maybe have a surprise factor happen with that against tmsR. Bubbles. 1,200 gold saved up, so he's working on his own portal key most likely. Going to push in the middle tower here. Get some kind of reaction at least. Out of Lion Esports Club. See, Pebble's going to assist with that. And that'll be an easy tower kill. So 16 minutes in. That's the second tower kill for Too Much Sugar. Lion Esports Club doesn't have a tower kill yet, actually. That's a little surprising. 16 minutes in, but again, that's one of those cases. It's like good and bad. They don't have a tower kill. It's kind of bad, but they also still have a lot more resources to make up with, and it's going to start right here. Bottom tower is definitely going to be killed. Torture nearby, but he's going to take a risk here, going for deny, perhaps. Port coming in from Tempest. Not going to happen. Easy tower kill in the process. If they keep pushing, though, this could definitely be something. There we go. Tempest going in. Pebbles is nearby with a double damage. He jumps on an Engineer, but in comes the vulnerability of the Valkyrie Prism. They will get the Engineer, but at one cost the Moon Finale. The succubus hold, and Pebbles is going to fall. Bubbles goes down. The Moon Finale did way too much. Double tap for Fuzi off in the background. Pestilence, he is on the run. So far, it's a 2-for-1. Engineer, the only death. Online Esports Club side. Super KG, though, he's in a lot of trouble. He gets the impale sent off. He is taking stuns, though, from Tempest. Trying to get that team support. Not in time, though. He eventually falls. Haxrin does buy back, by the way. He wasn't really involved, though, in that kill, but he isn't that intimidating factor. So once again, tmsR is going to hold him off from pushing further. But in the end, Lion Esports Club, Fuzi now 585 gold per minute here. And it's just going up, up, and up. Firebrand already purchased. 25 more 100 gold saved up. Shrunken Head, Geometer's Bane going to be in the works here. We'll see which one it is in the end for Moon Queen. How's Valkyrie been recovering? Not so much. 160 GPM, so obviously not doing the best. But you know, when you got the Moon Queen factor, you only need so much around that it seems like. So yeah, but the Succubus hold also doing a lot of work the last fight. That's definitely another reason why Succubus is going to be a great support option, of course. The crowd control that he's able to put out between the Mesmerize, between the Succubus hold, and on top of that, to an extent, the Smitten. I mean, I know he doesn't have levels in that yet, but eventually, minus 40% damage output by the target he places that on. I mean, you throw that up on the Wretched Hag going into a fight, and you know, that really takes away a lot from her potential in terms of the damage coming out. So, just a great hero for crowd controlling and locking down the other team and making them a lot less effective, of course, in those team fights. So. Pebbles jumping Engineer, misses actually the Stalagmite. Sealk is able to react to that. And now he's looking to maybe set up a turnaround. Arrow comes in. It's going to be sidestepped, though, by Torture. That was very close. It is going to be a Geometer's Bane coming out from Moon Queen as her item of choice. So just keeping up the aggression here. Cleans up some more Ancients in the process. Has now surpassed well over that 600 gold per minute mark. 613 GPM. Pebbles level 12. He's working on his own Shrunken Head here. Has 1,100 gold saved up. Obviously, that buyback set him back a little bit, but a Shrunken Head will prove to be a big pickup there. Bubbles, does he have a Porta Key? No, he doesn't. 2,000 plus gold saved up. He's going to be having it here after these. Probably needed one more camp, as yeah. He'll have to go over, clean up the Minotaurs over here, but he's going to have his own Porta Key finally, as we're coming up to about 19 minutes in. Pestilence is waiting for an opportunity at the bottom lane, perhaps, and also just playing safe at the same time. Doesn't want to go up there and get jumped himself. He's going to wait for the creep wave to come in him. Has that team support nearby, but as you see on the mini-map, probably not going to bait anything out. Pebbles back over to the Ancients and cleaning those up, and I think he might actually have a Shrunken Head at the 1,300 gold mark. That tells me he might have already purchased. Oh, never mind. Actually, Hag actually getting a couple of those, so kind of spreading out the farm. Slicks is still recovering, 270 GPM himself. We'll see if he even goes the light brand route or not this time around. Still thinking, you know, it seems like that usually is just the go-to no matter what, but this has been a struggling start for him, and it is. He goes the Neophytes book there, so definitely a light brand. Going to be in the works for him. You see at the bottom lane, Pestilence. Go to the side. Oh, Valkyrie Prism. So we're going to see a Smoke Ink attempt coming out right here. They're going to run past the creep wave. Will this be successful from Lions? Going to go over to the Ancients. Not much time remaining. Yeah, wears off right there. Pestilence jumps in, but you see Hag and Bubbles. They felt something was up. I don't know if they actually saw anybody or that was just a case of everyone's missing all of a sudden, so let's get out of here. But they do fall back, whatever the reason, and they are going to be fine. Moon Queen, though, cleans up the Ancients. He's level 16, 2,000 plus more gold already saved up. And now they're pushing the bottom lane in. Valkyrie, she just bought her Energizer as well. And that's going to be coming out to her.
The Legion have destroyed a
Bottom secondary tower falling in. Top tower, they want to try to push into his tmsR, but possibly could see a reaction right here. Pestilence, in fact, he's ready to go in. Mass TP's coming in, but not going to be able to catch anybody. Pebbles already fallen back, as does Tempest. So it looks like Pebbles actually does still need both the Warhammer and the pattern here before he has that full shrunken head. Energizer going to be delivered there officially to Valkyrie. So overall, golden experience. I mean, again, this is an even game here when it comes down to it, as far as the stats are concerned. And a lot of it, though, is just lines all about that Moon Queen. tmsR, they're work as a team here, but Moon Queen's 645 gold per minute. She's very possibly going to have that shrunken head now next in line. And especially once she gets that, it is hard to stop. Hard to stop that train, man. Shrunken head is being worked on by Tempest as well. He's got the Warhammer, needs the pattern. He's just sitting on the little red boots still, but wants that shrunken head ASAP. Succubus, though, again, with that Succubus hold, still has a way to stop it. And like I said earlier, they have Skeleton King, actually, from the Whispering Helm. So I don't know if they will realistically have that in a team fight or not, but they could possibly have that in a team fight. But Succubus hold is going to be the more ideal one, of course, that they'll be relying on here to stop a Tempest Ultimate if need be. There's the shrunken head on Moon Queen, though. And now you think Lion Esports Club is going to perhaps look for that opportunity to really start forcing the issue now. Pestilence, though, also a shrunken head on him would be nice. So maybe, if anything, really wait for that. But they're going to push the first tower at least middle. Again, this goes back to they only have the 2 tower kills so far now. They're going to try to go for a third here, but tmsR is not going to give it up with easy. They're actually going to look to defend this. And Lion's not going to have it either. They're just actually going to fall back. He leaves the illusions behind. Still doing some pretty good damage, actually, but in the end, they're going to be cleared up, and the tower will stay alive. Here comes another smoking attempt, though. Valkyrie Prison come. Oh, they run right on top of Bubbles. And Pell goes out. Bubbles take cover. Quick proto key. That ends up sleeping himself. That was just an awkward situation right there. He ran right past him. They didn't have vision of him for that long, so kind of panic right there. Tried to catch him, but obviously wasn't the case. A good getaway from Moomiander. But the tower falls, and that'll be the end of that. In fact, Bubbles going in, actually. He's going to shell stuff away, though. Kind of distract Valkyrie a little bit, but eventually fall back. Double stack Ancient's going to be stolen by Moon Queen in the meantime. The team as a whole, they're going to clear these up. Nothing tmsR can do to stop that. They're nowhere nearby. 7-7 hero kill game, but the longer the game continues to move on, that Moon Queen is going to get continually bigger. We all know what that means, really. So they're not going to knock on Congor just yet. Going to kind of push out the middle lane here. There's a ward of sight from tmsR that's spotting all this sitting around going on. Got Torture and Pebbles in the meantime, pushing out the bottom lane. The Lion's going to go for middle, though. They're going to go for the middle tower. tmsR. Bubbles this year. He's got a level 2 Calfield. Will they look for a jump? Nope. Tower falls. Just not feeling confident. This might be a case where they're just going to simply wait to fight at their base at this point, but might be too late also at that time. So Tempest needs to be careful. Insania might get caught here if he's not careful enough. He has that uphill advantage, so he sees him coming. Oh my God. Okay, he's going to pork it at the last second, but seemed like for whatever reason he was really delayed with that, but he is going to be fine in the end. But here we go with Lion Esports Club, moving towards the top lane now as a team. You see the bottom tower is killed by tmsR. That actually gives them a couple of shrunken heads right there. Those are big items. Tempest and Pebbles both get their shrunken head right there. So this first tower is probably going to easily fall, but then it comes to a point where will they decide to defend the secondary tower or not? There goes the top tower. Moon Queen double damage here. Another Valkyrie Prism going to be used right here. Aggressively trying to find an opportunity. Oh, they're going to run right over a Rev Ward, though. Need to be careful about that. Engineer, there's another Rev Ward down, so they see it, so they know that they know. A lot of mind games coming out right here. And no jump's going to be happening just yet. Bubbles is hiding in the forest here. Got Torture also nearby, but Lion's not going to force themselves into a fight. They know that they got a Moon Queen that They can sit back and comfortably continue to farm on. $710 gold per minute now for Moon Queen. And there's the Axe of the Malphite. Full symbol of rage, in fact. Finished on Moon Queen now. Jeez Louise. Valkyrie's finishing out this last creep. It's so close, but he's not going to be able to kill it, unfortunately. Has to leap away. Saw them coming, and for good reason. Gets the hell on out of there. So you got the light brown on Hag. She has enough for a full Grimoire now. She's going to blink back and very possibly purchase it here. Well, Slicks, he's level 13. So doesn't have that level 3 Bat Blast just yet. I'm still a little bit off, but... Also goes back to what I was talking about earlier with Succubus. Now he's starting to level up that Smitten here. He has a 1 level into it at least. So that's going to be minus 10% damage. All the way up to minus 40% at level 4. Moon Queen cleans up the Hellborn Ancients once again, and well, moving to the team. Oh, Bubbles jumps right into him. He has a haster, and he needs to be careful. The Song of the Sea Kelphield comes out. This is dangerous. He shell sifts away. He's going to be fine, but no Kelphield now for the Hellborn team. Moon Queen's chasing, in fact. Energizer, but no, we'll just instead continue to farm, and now maybe even go for a Congor. I mean, they know at least one decent cooldown's not up with the Kelphield. Yep, they're going to go for Congor. 5-second arrow. If anything, try to bait out tmsR right here. You see the vision. They got a ward of sight in the middle lane that they just placed. Too much sugar, and they might just be giving this up, though, unless they're just waiting to confirm that they're actually at Congor. They don't have vision in there, so... Yeah, so they're going to start heading over, but they're going into a blind spot, really. They have a ward of sight off to the side, but nothing in the actual Congor pit, so it's a very difficult spot to be in for too much sugar. They don't want to jump in blind by any means, but they might even go for Valkyrie Prism going to be used right there. Here comes a jump on Engineer, actually. Can he get the energy field off and jump Pestilence in the back? There's the energy field. Moon Queen comes in. That Tempest on the main wall pulling in. It's going to be a full duration, but it doesn't matter. Moon Queen splits up. She's going to lock down Tempest. You saw it right there. He got locked down by Succubus, actually. That's what stopped it initially, or in the end. And now the Legion team is going to fall back. They only lose, they did lose Pestilence as well on top of the Engineer, but they got the kill into Tempest and Pebbles. They got cooldowns to be used, and now they go back to Congor. This should be a Congor kill. So yeah, Succubus on the ball right there. It took a couple seconds, but still, Succubus able to cancel the ultimate, and then Moon Queen did her thing. And did she even similar rage? I don't even think she's similar rage right there. She didn't even have to throughout that fight. So Congor goes down, a token of life now for this crazy farmed Moon Queen. 752 gold per minute. Wow, wow, wow. I mean, tmsR, again, you look back, Bubbles did not have that Kelphield up that whole fight, unfortunately, so I don't know if that would have been the biggest difference maker in the end by any means, but obviously you want to be able to have every cooldown possible when you're going into a fight like that, and it's also just a good response coming out from Lions. Pebbles did the jump first. You jump an Engineer, you better hope that you actually kill him before he gets the energy filled off, and obviously that wasn't the case. It was a good timing with the Valkyrie Prism, too, with that said. I know I'm fairly certain that definitely caused some issues there in that fight. And with that said, if you're the Hellborn team, not only you need a Bound Eye, Torture does have one, but maybe with some dust and whatnot, but Bubbles is going to push out the top lane here. It does have a double damage rune activated. Going to see about maybe making something happen. Succubus by herself, but oh, they're going to be flanked first. Pestilence goes in first. The Keg's going to fall. The Gorprox going out. The energy field going to be light down. Pebbles and Trouble. Mesmerize on the Bubbles in the meantime. Pebbles trying to live with that shrunken head. Will it be enough? In the meantime, Heartache on the Bubbles. Bubbles and Pebbles are both in trouble. Bubbles will pour the key away. Will Pestilence maybe find him? No, the Keg's misses, and that'll be the end of that. But Lion Esports Club, that happened to be another great timing on their part. Pebbles and Bubbles. The Bubbles combination thought they had a chance for a kill. But little did they know. There was Lion Esports Club was ready to fight back right there and made the turnaround. So coming up to the 30-minute mark, it's tmsR, that window, man. You got to feel it's definitely starting to close a little bit. It's been closing for a while. Hell, let's be honest, Moon Queen, that's what always happens. He shuts that door all throughout the game and eventually just slams shut in your face. Wretched Hag her farm has definitely jumped up by now. I mean, Slicks is now at 380 gold per minute, so that's definitely a good news here for tmsR. But a full wing bow going to be purchased. Holy crap! By Moon Queen. Wing bow, symbol of rage, shrunken head, geometer's bane, steam boots, and a token of life on top of all that. which has 4.5 minutes still. He actually had an illusion rune right there on top of the Geometer's Bane, so kind of both scout out and push somewhat right here. But yeah, full wing bow now going to be finished. Your chances of killing this Moon Queen, even if she's by herself and you get a jump on her, it's still going to be difficult, man. Let alone with the team backup nearby. So hard times ahead. Hard times ahead for sure for Too Much Sugar. I mean, you see the illusion right here. It's tanking the tower and dwindling it down. tmsR is definitely at a point if they just got to let these outer towers fall. Well, that's the last outer tower actually is top lane in Lion Esports Club. Going to make short work of that. You see the one courier over here. It's probably going to purchase some item once it's... Oh, probably a portal key for Succubus, I would maybe think. He's 1,900 gold saved up. Yeah, he's going to be 10 gold shy right here, so when he gets that golden mark, you probably buy the portal key with this and then send it over. A good heads up coming out right there from Lion Esports Club. There's a shield breaker on Valkyrie in the meantime. As, yeah, there you go with the portal key being delivered. So has that now to work with, so even with that Tempest, the Shrunken Head portal key, against Succubus, as we saw in the last fight, it has definitely an effective way to be able to stop it. Gonna be knocking on the door once again. Moon Queen going in. There's the jump. Moon Queen gonna be the focus part. They can't use too much though. Moon Queen has a token alive. In the meantime, Pestles in the background jumps in with the impale. Moon Queen gonna activate that similar range. Down goes Tempest. Pebbles dropping quickly. Tempest does not have a buyback. Right Stack just melts right there. Double tap coming out. I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking there. I mean, launching in a Moon Queen that's so farmed with a token of life, with a team backup nearby, I just don't know how that could possibly go well. I mean, again, the options, though, they were minimal in the first place. So, in the end, Lion Esports Club, they do pull through as they take game number 2, and that means they take the series over Too Much Sugar here, 2-0 in the winter bracket semifinals. So, congratulations to Lion Esports Club. Definitely riding the Moon Queen there in game number 2. Made it work. tmsR actually was off to a beautiful start. I mean, something like 4-0-0 to start things off right there, right after he got the portal key, and it was looking decent actually for tmsR. But Moon Queen was just simply able to continue to farm a little too much, to say the least. He finished the game 800 plus gold per minute. Whenever that happens, you know, it probably could not have been too good of a game, and definitely wasn't here for Too Much Sugar. So that means Lion Esports Club, obviously they're moving on to the winter bracket finals now. They're going to be playing the winner of Stay Green versus Denial Esports, of course. As that series, once again, that is rescheduled to this coming week. So we'll have to wait till next weekend pretty much to determine how that series is going to shape up and what the winter bracket finals is going to look like as a result of that. So that does also mean that we're going to be coming to an unfortunate end here on the cast as far as wrapping things up with HoN Tour for the weekend. So as always, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Again, Lion Esports Club, they're victorious. Moving on to the winter bracket finals. We'll see where they match up. Stay Green or Denial Esports in that winter bracket finals matchup going to be taking place next week. And as far as tmsR as well, again, Insania situation, I'm sure throughout this week we'll perhaps hear more words on that. They are still alive, obviously, in this cycle. They're just now down in the losers bracket here. They're going to have to fight their way back. Let's see. The eventual goal, of course, getting back to the grand finals even. But it is a tough, tough task, of course, being knocked down, especially at this point. But Lion Esports Club, once again, take the series 2-0. They're going to be moving on. And that is going to wrap things up for HoN here on the weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed it as always. As far as coverage this week, again, I'm going to keep an eye out for when Stay Green versus Denial Esports is set to take place, and we'll most certainly look to cover that matchup as soon as we have information on that and whenever it's going to be happening. So definitely stay tuned both on Facebook, the Twitter, and whatnot, as well as the HoNcast website itself, and get that updated when we do have the information on when that matchup is going to be happening. As far as my personal stream, guys, unfortunately, I don't know if we're going to be able to come on at least initially tonight. Probably not tonight at all. Throughout this week, though, I definitely plan on coming back on a bit more once again. So don't worry, the CP Kappas out there, as always, still love you. And going to be coming back this week here as far as the personal stream goes, both playing a mix of Heroes of New Earth and maybe even, of course, some Strife as well. As I've been definitely having some fun with that lately, too. So, well, ladies and gentlemen, as far as HoNcast